Good evening, dear students. We are starting now the presentation of two master programs, Financial Analyst and Finance. I am Vasily Solodkov. I am academic supervisor of those programs. And simultaneously, I am director of the Banking Institute of the High School of Economics. Just a few words about me. I am PhD. I was working for the World Bank for a certain period of time. I was Fulbright professor working in the United States. And I am in the High School of Economics already since 1995. And Banking Institute is a faculty inside High School of Economics. So being the student of the Banking Institute, you simultaneously will be the students of the High School of Economics. And now I will start the presentation of the program. So as I mentioned, we are speaking today about two programs. I already represented myself, and another colleague is manager of the program, Елена Димова. She is doing all the organization stuff. And today, besides me, will be a member of our faculty, Елена Димова, and Leonid Sинютин. He graduated from our program almost 2 years ago. So, and he will share his experience while he was a student and what actually the program provided for him in his work in the field. Okay, let's go. Just a few words about Banking Institute. We have more than 6,000 graduates for 26 years of our education services, and 3 programs affiliated with the CFA Institute. What does it mean? I will explain a bit later. Financial analyst. Why this professional is, first of all, interesting, and why it is profession of the future. You see now that we have a lot of changes in the job market. A lot of robots are used in different spheres, but in some spheres, robots couldn't substitute human mind because of there are some tasks where you should take into account different factors, and sometimes those factors are not clear in sense of correlation between them. And normally this is usually done by well-trained and well-experienced professionals. And we are making the courses for such to make such kind of professionals. And what are the opportunities of the programs? First of all, as I mentioned to you, these are CFA affiliated programs. This means that to be a partner of the CFA Institute, you should follow certain requirements. Those requirements means that 75% of the syllabus of the program must fit the syllabus of the CFA exam, all 3 levels. And this is done by audit of the CFA Institute, and both our programs, master programs, fits those standards. Besides it, CFA Institute on the annual basis is making evaluation what are the needs of the employers in sense of specialists in the job market who will participate in the different financial activities. And on the basis of these surveys, they are preparing the materials for CFA exams. And being a part of this family affiliated programs, CFA Institute on the annual basis is sharing those materials with us. So we can provide our teaching staff with newly done, absolutely fresh materials. Besides it, we have the discount for the exam, which is 75%. But this year, the situation has changed. Has changed in what sense? Normally, we had exams in Russia. And we provided the discount 75%, and our students could pay only 25% of the exam price. Now you know that CFA exams are not taken anymore in Russia. So we've got more complicated procedure. So those who would like to take this exam must pay for this exam with credit card issued outside Russian Federation, and take this exam also outside Russian Federation. But nevertheless, it is possible. So good news, you will have discount for the registration fee, which is 75%. But unfortunately, you will get other costs. But if you want to work on the financial markets, you definitely need CFA. We have a number of foreign partners with whom we are doing different kinds of activity. These partners are from Italy, from Austria, UK, Germany, and Poland. And we have very interesting exchange programs. Besides it, on the annually we have Master Weeks, and next Master Week should take in Siena, but I think you'll understand that not everything depends on us, because now we've got a lot of new factors which could affect this event. Being a student, you will get access to the library of the High School of Economics. It has a lot of publications, and you can get access either personally to be in the library, or you can get online access. Besides it, we have alumni club of the Banking Institute and alumni club of the High School of Economics. So you can share your ideas, you can communicate with all the graduates from HSE. And our graduates are working in the, I would say, best companies. Some of them are still in Russia, some of them already left, but nevertheless, our students, still working there, either in Russia or outside Russian Federation. And they are real leaders of the industry. So now let us speak about particular programs. Financial Analyst, this is on-campus program, which is held in Moscow. On-campus means that you will have classes inside the buildings of the High School of Economics, and you have personal interactions with the faculty members and your classmates. The duration of the program is 2 years, and program will be held in English. This is the content of the program. The content is quite simple and simultaneously sophisticated. Why it is simple? Because we tried to mix two standards. First, the standard of the High School of Economics, and this is foundation courses. That's macroeconomics, advanced econometrics, and theory of finance. And on the other hand, we took courses from the syllabus of the CFA Institute. You can see it. These are financial reporting, quantitative methods, market instruments, ethics, and professional standards, which is extremely important course in the CFA syllabus. And besides it, we have some electives. Electives are based, on the other hand, one point on the syllabus of the CFA Institute, and on the other point, they are based on current demands, what's going in the market. And if the students would like, something special, a kind of course which is not included, in the schedule, we can easily organize it in case it will be the willingness of the majority. Faculty. We are trying for courses of specialization to attract those who has CFA. Why? There are two reasons. The first reason is that normally those people has very rich experience working in the industry. And besides, second reason is that if your teacher is a CFA chart holder, it provides additional number for the students who could apply for the discount of the CFA exam. So you see that your professors will be from the industry, or there will be leading professors from the High School of Economics. And you can see that they are all taking quite interesting positions, either in the industry or in the HSE. What about the students? In this chart, you can see that, first of all, that this is a really international program. We had students from many countries. Normally, the majority was roughly about 70% male students. And about 84% Russian students, and others students international. The majority of the students is under 25, but we have different cases. That's where from students came. So you can see different universities. Definitely the majority came from HSE, but nevertheless, we have experience when students without financial or economics background came to our program and successfully graduated. Fees are fixed. They are not changing while you are a student. And in rubles, they are 450,000 rubles per year. Besides that, we have discounts, and you will get this presentation. It will be sent to you. So you will see the discounts which could be applied personally to you. Master of Finance. This is an online program. And we are starting this year, this program second time. Actually, last year, it was the first run of this program. That's the same program in finance. We are providing the same diploma as for on-campus program, so it will be no difference. It will be not mentioned in your diploma that it was online program. And it is done on the university platform Smart LMS. Program itself is actually the same because I designed both these programs, and honestly, I could say that there is no big difference, except Master of Finance is online, Financial Analyst is on campus. We have mostly the same courses with small difference. Sometimes we have the same faculty members, sometimes a bit different, but mostly, you know, professors participating in one program are also participating in other one. And in this online program, you have pre-recorded lectures. You can watch them anytime you want. And only scheduled are the webinars, which you must attend to ask questions, to share your experience, and to communicate with your classmates. This is the composition of our current master program of finance. So it's more international, and it's clear why the financial analyst program. And we have, it's a bit, I would say, elder students. In this program, we have students with more experience than in the financial analyst, because those students normally are working in their countries, and they value their time. Because, for example, we had a student from the United States, and he was participating in the same time zone as our Korean students. Could you imagine where is on the globe the United States, Boston, and where is Seoul? And he preferred to work during, for example, nighttime, because for him it was more convenient. Fees. Full tuition fee is 720 rubles per year. So it's more expensive program than our on-campus, but we have discounts. The discounts are for Russian and former USSR countries, and with those discounts, it's 375 per year. So it's less actually than on-campus program. And from students from developing countries, including high-income countries, there is also a discount. I don't see it on my chat. That's about 19%. But what would be in US dollars now, I can't say, because we have extremely high fluctuation of US dollar ruble exchange rate currently. How to apply it? For Russian students, you should submit us either certificates or take an exam, English exam. For international applicants, you should provide us the certificate, not the evidence that your previous education was in English, or English is your native language. Besides that, all students from all countries must provide their portfolio. Portfolio consists of very simple things. So you should submit motivation letter, your resume, your diploma, including transcripts, show your experience in the finance or in economics, whatever. Show all your achievements, your publications, if any. And if you have any questions on portfolio, you can always contact Banking Institute and ask the interview with me. So I will personally explain you how to make your portfolio better. Besides it, we have free courses. It's called specialization. Those courses are quantitative methods, econometrics, and financial modeling. And those who is going to apply for the program, they could register for those courses, ask us about login and password, and we will provide you with this information that you will be able to watch these courses. And then those courses will be taken into account while you will take those subjects being a student of the program. Additional to your portfolio could be your prior work experience, you know, other achievements, including for example, your CFA exam, if you have one, level 2, level 3. And this actually the address, how to apply, and how the program is running. Okay, so we will send you the presentation. And now, before answering the questions, I would like to give the floor to my colleagues. First, I will start Elena. Elena is teaching here number of courses. Actually, I don't remember how much.
I do my best, not because of the decline in quality, but because of the increase in quality, and really make the program develop all the time. So that's my contribution. Thank you, Vasily Mikhailovich, for your quite nice introduction and details about the program. So I would like probably to give you quick insights about how we study and what to expect from the program, because I really just on the almost daily basis contact students and could probably elaborate on what concerns you may have when you're choosing the program. Just a couple of words about myself. I, in parallel, developed my career in 2 areas. So I'm a financial market professional, and also like my second track is academics. So as for Banking Institute, I joined the Banking Institute almost 7 years ago, I guess, when I led the team of client specialists in Thomson Reuters. So that's an aggregator of the data for financial market participants. So, and since then, we had a quite nice collaboration with the Institute, and I'm really honored to develop such dynamic and quite nice program. First of all, probably let me try to answer the key question: is the financial analyst job is right for me? Because I don't know, first of all, we have a lot of the things that going outside the window, right? So basically, there is some high level of uncertainty. We have really huge disruptive trends that change businesses. And moreover, we see that the level of the digitalization and probably even information technologies are so advanced that it might challenge and question the really work and job as the financial analyst. So what I can do that the machine, the computer can't do. I would like to say that in this environment, the really call for the high-level proficient financial analyst is even much higher. Why? Because first of all, I would like to mention that the job is financial analyst is very linked to helping the management and team and businesses to outline the strategic focus. For instance, you have heard that today many companies, they develop through through mergers and acquisitions, through non-organic growth. And of course, this M&A deals is a very high bet, high stake. And of course, in order to have a successful deal, in order to increase the value of the company and not to lose, not to make this wrong decision, the management needs to rely on very well argumented opinions. And of course, the job of financial analyst is to really study a lot of the information and have this 360 overview and really have a hard skills in financial modeling, forecasting that ultimately will help to equip the decision management, the decision makers, apologies, with a very robust conclusions and help them to make the decisions for the business. Also, I would like to say that today the program is very dynamic and changing. We try to incorporate some programming or develop some programming skills within our students. For instance, they are highly required in financial modeling or even preparing some spreadsheets and tools for managing portfolios for asset management purposes. For instance, also we may mention that today not only ethical but a bit broader view on corporate social responsibility, so-called environmental, social and corporate governance standards are quite important. And today we also teach how to integrate these new trends into the day-to-day job of the financial analyst. Also, to me personally, I would like to mention that during this program, you may be able not only to develop your hard skills, some of them I've already mentioned, it's advanced Excel skills, it's also some forecasting and financial modeling skills. Moreover, we teach you like a general strategic approach to address the certain business task, for instance, assessing the investment project or preparing to the mergers and acquisition deals, or probably to answer how to combine the best portfolio for a particular investor. But also what is quite important now is that you will have an opportunity to develop your soft skills. That is quite important for business. For instance, in different disciplines, we work on projects that help you to even maybe train a bit your leadership skills or collaboration skills to assign responsibilities within the group. Also, we pay a very strong attention that our students deliver a very high quality of output, such as project presentations and individual research that help you really to achieve the industry standards. And also, that is also very important, we try to expose students and try to teach them that they feel quite comfortable to communicating their results on different levels, not only to the peers or their boss or manager, but really on the being able to present results quite efficiently for the top management as well. So of course, this exposure might result finally in quite nice career path and lead to your success. For instance, if we are talking about the job roles that financial analyst may choose for himself or herself, the range is quite broad. You already had a look on the number of the disciplines that was listed on the slide. And I would like to draw your attention that here you have an opportunity to develop your individual personal track. For instance, there may be some people who are more interested in venture capital sphere, private equity. They are quite inspired with dealing with the startup companies. So you have an opportunity to choose the certain elective courses that give you a bit deeper understanding. Also, it's traditionally many financial analysts, they acquire a quite strong expertise in valuation, value in business for the purpose of the investment management, or again, as I mentioned before, for structuring debt issue or equity issue, or preparing the company for the merger and acquisition deal. This is the area of the investment banking. So therefore here we have students who work in risk management, in investment banking, who joined the private equity funds, and who work for the regulators such as central bank and other authorities. And in my view, I believe that the key benefits of the program that I probably could highlight for you is first of all, you see a very honored list of practitioners that can share their experience. Just you can get this experience immediately. Moreover, I would like to stress that the program is evolving, and all the professors, they went through a quite tough selection process. So over the time, we can ensure that only the best people teach you. Also, I would say that the atmosphere on the faculty is quite open. You already could notice that Vasily Solodkov is quite open and collaborates on the constant basis with the students. So you could ask for advice about your future career path. Maybe you could, we probably through our alumni club can recommend you a bit later for some positions for the companies who are searching for talents. And the final point maybe here is, because I'm also quite fascinated about the finance, I would say that this CFA curricula that we also use as a background base and as the base, right, of our program. This gives you a very fundamental and structured knowledge. For instance, sometimes we may say, okay, I have an economic background. For instance, I attended the bachelor program, also sort of in economics or finance. Why should I study even further? Because I had almost the same disciplines. However, I would really say that CFA path gives you a very, very structured material that could bring you to the next level. And I can't agree with the people who say, okay, you can study by yourself, you can just learn some things and you could prepare yourself as the financial analyst, because what you need just a couple of things, doing something in Excel and probably learning something about financial instruments. That's not correct. And we can ensure that in the end of the program, you will have a really, really fundamental structured knowledge that you could apply immediately. And we could help you that your career path is also quite successful. I guess I can stop here, not to overwhelm you with details. So I guess that's all from my part. Thank you.
Елена, thank you very much. And now I would ask Leonid, our graduate, 2020.
Yes.
About his experience being the student of the program, and actually what program gave you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Vasily Mikhailовich. Thank you, Elena, for such a unique opportunity to present the program. As Vasily Mikhailовich mentioned, I joined the program in 2018 and graduated in 2020. So among the majority of different benefits which you will face during this program, I would highlight the few ones. So the first one is the convenience of the program. When I joined the program back 4 years ago, I could simultaneously doing my internship in Gazprom Bank as a junior analyst in asset management firm Gazprom Bank Asset Management. So there was no interference between my studies as a master and my work as well. So the program started at 7 p.m. so I could easily combine working and studies with no any issues. And I didn't skip a lot of classes, to be honest. So This is one of the main benefits. The second one is, of course, the people which will surround you during the whole process. It's, of course, the professors themselves who are really big professionals in their all fields of finance, from banking, asset management, hedge funds, risk management, etc., as well as your peers, the classmates with who you will work, communicate, and develop yourself. So it was really good to share my experience with other people, to learn from the great professors from different expertise, and it's really great. So and the third point is, of course, English language, because you can easily speak English, for example, but you definitely need to hone your financial English expertise, because when you join the big banking companies, even though it's like Russian financial market field, you will see that all your colleagues are fluent in financial English, and you will also exploit it when you use Bloomberg, Thomson Reuters, other financial software or hardware. So it's definitely essential one. And speaking about the subjects, I really enjoyed that the program is really wide. So you have also you have electives which you can choose. And for example, I remember we chose on the first year, we had venture capital with Anton Shtunkov. It was really interesting because if, for example, if somebody from the higher school of economics who did the bachelor degrees had expertise in econometrics, in evaluation, almost nobody had any experience with M&A and venture capital. And M&A, it's Elena also will teach you, as far as I remember. Yes, so the program is really great. It's really structured, and it definitely helps you after you graduate, because I didn't have a lot of experience in applied math, for example, in econometrics, time series analysis. To be honest, I really hated it before I joined the program. And during this course, I really developed the mathematical skills and get used to it. And finally, I can tell you also that it's really widely applied in sell side, both sell side, buy side financial analyst. As I'm working in research, it's really useful for building models, in forecasting, and it's so to sum up, I would definitely recommend this program. If you want to work in Russia, or you want to have a career abroad, it's really good, because as already mentioned, the people, the environment itself, it's really unique. As it's extraordinary to speak with the people who are working in asset management firms and banks, and they will definitely give you some essential advice, which will help you to grow in your career and become a good specialist in your field. So, what can I say now? That when I graduated in 2020, I moved to another company which is called Sova Capital, and like my experience in financial modeling, valuation, it was really useful to apply. And I can tell you that now I feel not independent completely, but I feel really that I can work in any company in the field. So I really, if you apply for any job, you have a lot of interviews, and many employers, when they see that you graduated from the financial analyst program of Banking Institute, there is no doubt that they will say, oh, this guy is interesting to interview to see how he can work, how she can work. So it's really helpful, to be honest, because like beforehand I graduated from RANEPA, bachelor degree. So it's good for, it was good for like for another fields, but in financial field, Higher School of Economics, Bank Institute is it's a benchmark, I would say. So it's a good program to study with. And unfortunately, as you know, that financial markets, financial industry is very volatile, and there is market risk, there is credit risks. You all study that as a part of the CFA program. Sometimes the companies close, sometimes the company progress, so everything happens, everything could happen, and this diploma will help you to be flexible, and to build your career successfully. So to sum up, also let me add that the last but not least is that, for example, the classes like research seminar NIS, which Елена Димова is the head of, and Alexander Kudrin as well. In the beginning, I thought like it's not really helpful, but the more you study, the more you progress, you understand this is a completely urgent one, because it's really compulsory, to be honest, because if you want to succeed in the professional field, you also need to study a lot, to do a lot of research, and you apply all the financial skills into a structured, strategical way. This is how it helps you to all your brainstorming to be packed and exploited in the most useful way. So now I'm also doing a PhD in economics, in finance and credit. So I'm finishing now second year. Next year I have to have a thesis ready and to hopefully obtain my PhD diploma. So I would definitely say that all the theoretical and all the mathematical classes were useful, as they hone your both soft and hard skills, and it's useful for your academic development and also working environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leonid. And now, guys, let us try, to answer the questions. If I would miss something, please let me know. First, good evening. Can we prepare for CFA exam for 2 years for all 3 levels of exam? Guys, this is not. These are not the programs of preparation for CFA exams. These are master programs, and they are based on CFA syllabus. If you would like to be prepared precisely for CFA exam, we have special courses for that, for CFA level 1 and CFA level 2. You are welcome. These are master program, and this is university degree. Please keep it in mind. This is different.
Vasily Mikhailovich, maybe I also add a bit, because still when you study on this program, you sort of kill 2 birds, because those students who study, of course, for them it's much easier to prepare for the CFA, because they already covered most of the curricula. For instance, we see that after the first year, some students in our program, they try to pass the CFA level 1, and some of them, they are quite successful. So you don't need to study absolutely different curricula. So there is a very huge overlap. So, however, as Vasily Mikhailovich mentioned, if you really want 100% focused on the CFA only, you also could maybe do in parallel the CFA program that may be sort of the addition to the core master program. That's also an option if you don't feel quite confident.
Thank you, Lena. And other question that's about exchange programs. all the exchange programs are effective except the program with Lancaster University. And there we had double degree program, and Lancaster University stopped the cooperation because of sanctions. But you can apply there personally. All other our partners, they are waiting for our students. The only difference is that Erasmus stopped the support of the program by providing grants. So this means that you will not get support there, financial support from Erasmus, but you will not pay there any money. In all cases, it will be free for you. What about CFA exam in case your employee is under sanctions? It's a good question. Think over first about ethics. Then think over that maybe you will not provide all the information. But you know, I'm not CFA. Maybe Elena, you will comment it.
Okay, currently there is no quite clear instructions from the CFA university. I guess they are just like in the process. So still it's a bit uncertain.
Yeah.
They are just put on hold it for some time. Yeah.
Then the question, how will be taken the exam in English, not for Russian citizens? If you are not Russian citizen, you are lucky. You are not having, you don't have any English exam. You are just providing any verification that your previous education was in English, or English is your native language, or you are applying for the interview with me and I am making judgment. Could you study the program or not? In case of Russian citizenship, everyone must provide either a certificate or pass an exam. But exam is not too difficult. Can be discounts be effective? One discount can be effective with other one. Yes, it can. What days will be online? Guys, online, you know, it will be, the dates will be clear when we will have schedule. Normally, we have one webinar a week on each subject, and simultaneously you have two subjects. So, which means that you have two webinars a week. And besides it, you know, at your personal time, you must watch our pre-recorded videos and read, you know, that necessary textbooks. The price is fixed in rubles for the whole period of study, so it will not change, hopefully. But actually, it's not. It should be not changed. For Russian citizens, guys, unfortunately, you are not lucky, because you either should provide certificate that you know English, or you should pass an exam.
Vasily Mikhailovich, there were a question that if the bachelor program or previous studies was in English, so does it count or not?
It is not working because we had wonderful case. We had a student from Orlando, Florida, from Florida State University, who graduated from this university, but his bad luck was he had Russian citizenship. He had to pass an exam. Sorry, it's beyond me. I can't do anything with it. Does it work? I don't know how. It's Отсрочка от армии. What's in English for? You are not eligible to be in the army while you are studying at the online program. So you will not be invited to go to the army. So the status, your legal status of online student will be the same legal status as you are on-campus student. No difference, and the same diploma. I already mentioned it. When we do the schedule of English exams, we already had some English exams in May, and the next session of exams will be published on our website. So we will let you know. This already there is an answer. Oops. When I said that you are studying two subjects simultaneously, this is actually the Coursera recommendation, which means that you are taking simultaneously not more than two subjects. Sometimes, in rare cases, it could be three. The idea is that you will be not overloaded. So, because sometimes, too much information is not good. That is why when you have two classes, or let us say two subjects, means that you will have two webinars a week. PhD minimum, no, we don't care, sorry. Either foreign citizenship or English certificate or English exam. What about the problem of sanction employer for the CFA exam? Guys, Elena already told you, and I told you, it's not clear yet, because, for example, a question to you: is the Russian central bank a subject of sanctions? Could you answer? So it's, it's quite difficult question, because reserves, yes, employees not.
As far as I remember, employees are not under sanctions.
Sorry, what? Leonid, I didn't get.
Employees of central bank are not under sanctions, as far as I remember.
Yeah, it is not under sanctions, absolutely.
Also, I'm a member of the couple of the charts which join the people who progress towards the CFA, and they also constantly try to monitor situation and write directly to the CFA Institute. But I could say that currently, again, it's not clear yet. So,
and I know several cases that our students, which are from the institutes which are under sanctions, they successfully passed the exam, and they even mentioned that they from those institutes. So it's not clear. Okay. Guys, please, other questions? Yeah, we should be absolutely. Good luck for everyone. Guys, please, other questions? Oops. Okay. Guys, we are now speaking about two programs. One is on campus, other is online. If we are speaking about on-campus program, before the COVID, there was no recording. when COVID took place, we started filming every class and providing the students the opportunity either to be in the class or to watch it online. And we've got with it very strange cases. For example, on our first year, we have a student from China. She's a very nice girl. She would like to attend the class. The problem is she is not getting the permission from China's authorities to leave the country. So already 1 year being in on-campus program, she's studying online. So you will have this option. If we are speaking about online program finance, this is completely online, and all the webinars are pre-recorded. And besides it, you will have different options with chats, so you'll be able to communicate with faculty members and your colleagues. Can I attend to your program if I have technical background? Yes. And if you have a technical background, I think you have good mathematical skills. So for you, it will be easier than for those who is going to attend our program being a lawyer. But all the lawyers are welcome. The only problem is that for lawyers or for professional interpreters, it will be more difficult to participate in the program. But as I told you at the very beginning, we had a number of very good cases when professional interpreters graduated with distinction. What could be the projects, applied projects, which could be used during your study? Elena, please, just share your.
Yeah, okay. So when Leonid was talking about his experience, I just kept myself silent, but I do remember that his final diploma paper was a quite comprehensive company evaluation project. So you start working on the project since the very beginning. So in the first year, we split into groups and we perform as a team of the financial analysts working on company valuation project. So what does it mean? For instance, each team has a task to estimate the target share price for the chosen company, and they need to go through a quite deep fundamental analysis. So study the industry, the products that company produces, the regions where the revenue comes from, or the competitive environment, and then they jump into the financial analysis. They work with the financial statements to identify the weaknesses of the business model, and ultimately they jump into the valuation. So they build discounted cash flow models and they perform a relative valuation analysis, and based on these approaches applied in practice, they ultimately finish with a quite deep equity investment analyst report, which is 100% meeting the industry standards. Also, for the second part of the year, it depends again on which electives you may choose. Almost every course has a certain project. Definitely there is a project for mergers and acquisition course. You also need to estimate the company that is a venture project, sort of a startup project from the perspective of the venture capital firm. to calculate the profitability, the risks for that. We also have one more course, which is entrepreneurship and financial environment, which is 100% focused on the startup companies. And here again, the project is required to come up with a feasible business idea, to develop the business plan and build the financial model. So I've just mentioned a couple of the projects that I personally teach. Probably one more regarding the portfolio management course, when you need to build a portfolio, the composition, and to do some financial calculations to develop and build the portfolio for the particular investor with their certain investment needs and risk appetite. So this is one more project.
Okay, guys, other questions? And guys, please, keep in mind, if you will have other questions, which would come to your mind later, you always could ask about interview with me, about any issues. Guys, when we are speaking about programming, first of all, take into account that this is a financial program. It's not computer programming program. It's not IT. So we are using different computer languages like R, like Python. We are also using modeling in Excel, but this is, applied programming for finance.
Just to illustrate, the students may do some tasks for portfolio management and the composition portfolio using Python, for instance, programming to obtain the correlation metrics or some other coefficients that are necessary to evaluate the performance of the portfolio.
Yeah, we have different agreements with companies for internship. Normally, that's different financial institutions. If we are speaking about financial analyst, last year, we had 55 students, as far as I remember. If we are speaking about finance, last year it was 30 students. Guys, do you have any other questions? Guys, if you don't have other questions, so we will send you the presentation. Also, we will send you the link to this open day event. And also, the address if you need an interview with me. Besides it, you can ask about, I mentioned to you about 3-hour open courses, and you should ask our manager. The address of our manager you will find on the web page, or will also can send it to you with the presentation. And manager of the program is on the first, not first, on the second page of the presentation.
Ульяна Одинцова.
Yeah. Guys, other questions? It's all done. So yeah, now you can see in the chat Ulyana's mail address and phone number. Yeah, it's a bit different. Besides English, corporate finance program is much more oriented on the company. And we are more oriented on the financial markets. That's in general.
For instance, for this program, you have quite a lot of the subjects that are focused on separately equity instruments, bond instruments, derivatives, portfolio management, as well as a more fundamental valuation of the companies. So definitely we still have the quite comprehensive course on corporate finance, which is extended later through valuation course and mergers and acquisitions, and also have a course which gives you a 300 perspective, I mean, about how markets function, what is about regulation and macroeconomics. Yeah, so the answer is that you may choose either corporate finance track or financial markets track, but here you have an option. You have a quite strong focus on the financial markets, but this doesn't mean that you lack something from corporate finance. That's not true.
Guys, I don't understand the question about literature we should present, because I have no idea about your background. Normally, what you must have, what is must? First, English. Second, which is not must, but we prefer if you have it, good quantitative skills. So you should know mathematical statistics and probability theory. If you don't know it, we will teach it, but it will be much better while you still have some time to read books on mathematics, or to watch any courses, for example, on Coursera. You're welcome. Maybe it will be also good if you would read something about macroeconomics.
And some basics in accounting.
Yeah. And the question is, what could be courses for the lawyers? Guys, I mentioned we have 3 courses which are free. Ask your manager Ulyana, and she will give you access to these courses. These quantitative methods, econometrics, and financial modeling. Ask Ulyana and she will help you. Guys, other questions? Okay, we are already more than 1 hour online. So guys, thank you very much for your visiting our open day events. We are waiting for you being our students. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Okay? And thank you very much, everybody, for your participation.
Maybe let me comment for one more question, that there are some concerns that all lessons are in English. That may be not the problem. No, of course, the level of the English should be that you could able to understand and collaborate in English and do some home assignments. However, if you have any difficulties with understanding the materials, for instance, econometrics or some probability theory, please don't be nervous, because you have an opportunity to directly approach to the professor or other students, and you will not be left without any support. So that's absolutely okay to provide some extra consultations and clarify something. Moreover, probably from my experience, the professors may advise you to read something in Russian, again, which overlaps with the topics and curricula that we cover in English. So that's also not a problem.
Okay, guys, so I think it's all clear. Thank you very much, and we are waiting for you. And once more, don't hesitate to contact us. Goodbye, and Lena, thank you very much for participation.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.